What's up, everyone, and welcome back to King's Advisors. So, today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I'm not reviewing the game. I haven't played the game yet. I did not get a free code from Ubisoft. I did not get special stuff from, being a friend of Ubisoft. But I didn't really want it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't look for it. I didn't really care. But clearly we all know that a lot of people did, whether they are people who told Ubisoft we'll be really nice about it, or whether or not they're people who I've just been completely honest. I personally know that there are several people who have played I guess technically you would call it early access, who are pretty honest about their opinions about video games. And so if you look at what a lot of people are saying based on their reviews, one could argue that we have mixed reviews about this game, which, if you look surface level, at least for Ubisoft, is probably a good thing. Ubisoft probably wanted mixed reviews at best, or maybe at worst. We know that they've apparently threatened to sue creators who talk badly about the game. Now, I would argue that the notification from Ubisoft about it really says that they will sue people that go after the creators, basically after the developers. If they dox them, if they start tweeting directly at them, saying stuff to them, that's more likely where they're going to start using legal action. They're not suing me for making a video about the game. They'll sue me if I decide to call, everyone who follows me on Twitter, all 150 of them, to start yelling at John Doe, who was senior developer on the game. Like that's what Ubisoft is going to start attacking. But I've been scrolling through Twitter all day today, and I've noticed something. Everyone that's saying that it's an incredible game, they're only talking about the way it looks. Everyone seems to be talking about how it runs well, how really the only place that there's bad frame rate drops, stuff like that, is in the home creative place where you get to build your city or whatever it is. There's some people talking about the combat. It does look like some of the finishing moves that I'm assuming it was Yasuke, big guy, does are brutal. And from the video I saw, yeah, I mean, probably the most brutal in all the games I've played for Assassin's Creed, which is all of them. But no one that's propping this game up as being incredible is talking about the story or the dialogue or things like that. They're all talking about the visuals. Well, that's kind of like saying you put, lipstick on a pig, but it doesn't make it a babe. Like, what are we talking about here? Is it a good game because it looks good, or is it a good game because it's a great story? See, that's what's important here. There's a reason people still play and still love Knights of the Republic. Knights of the Republic doesn't look good anymore. It's 2025. The game was made in, I think, 99. It's not a quality looking game anymore, but the story is incredible. That's why people still love it. That's why people still play it. The Return of the King games, the gameplay doesn't look good anymore, but the story is incredible. So that's why people still love it. It's the reason why people still play retro games. They don't look incredible anymore today, but especially compared to the things that we can get. But they are still great stories. Just this past weekend, I downloaded both Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Now, while they still do look pretty good, they're not on par with the looks of things like Battlefield 2043. But it's still, 43 doesn't have a story, but it's still a better story. It's still fun to play and be these characters. Now, when you go and look at the side of people that are saying this is a bad game, they are discussing the story and the dialogue. There was one tweet I saw, I think it was from X-Wing, that was making fun of this dialogue between Yasuke and I think a monk or something like that. So what are we arguing about here? You've got what seems like a forced mixed review bag, But the people kind of creating that are only arguing that it's a good game based on what it looks like. But that's not why people play video games. It's kind of like it's almost like judging a book by the cover. People don't say this book is an incredible book because the cover art is good. No one said Lord of the Rings is a great story because Alan Lee is a great drawer. Has nothing to do with it. It's the content of the story that makes it a great story. So I have a feeling over the next couple of weeks, or days actually, it comes out full release on Thursday, that we're going to see that this really is just a pack. I won't say pack of lies. There are some people that have reviewed it that have said that it looks good and I've enjoyed the story. Obviously, no one has, or it's unlikely that at the time of me recording this, anyone has actually finished the game. But I find it very interesting that everyone talking that it's a great game is only mentioning the art and the looks and ray tracing and shit like that, and not mentioning the content, at least from what I have seen. If you've seen differently, please let me know. I'm curious what everyone thinks about this. Please like, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KingsAdvisors_. Peace out, guys.